Hey everyone, welcome to episode 6 of our sales course, where in this video we'll be talking about the product management. So you all know we have already seen in the previous episodes about the customer, the sales team and all such things. But the important thing that we have to configure is the product. So here in the sales module, we have a separate menu for the products, and there we can configure the products, the variants and all such things. So come with me, let's learn together. So let's begin, guys. To manage the products, what you have to do is open the sales and navigate to the products menu, under which you can see the products. So I'm clicking on products here, which will take you to the existing products, and in this area where you can actually create a new product as well. So these are all the existing products, and another thing to add on is that we have different views for the product. This is the Kanban view, which is a card-like view with the picture of the product, the name. It shows the variants, the price and the on-hand quantity of the product. Okay. Now this is a star where you can mark if you click on the star, this will be marked as a favorite product, which will make it easy for you all to search for the product. To access the product. Then you can switch to the view, which is the list view. This is the list view of the product section where you have the product name, the internal reference, sales price, sales tax, on hand, forecasted, and the units. Okay, so let's go back to the Kanban view and let's create a new product. So creating a new product is really simple. From the product section, you can click on new, and after that appears the product creation form where you have to enter the product name. So in this example, let's create an office chair. So here is the product, which is office chair. And you can configure the basic product information over here. Okay. So the very first thing is to select the product type. And then you have to enter the sales price and the internal reference if available. Okay. So you have the product type over here. According to your business needs, and specify the sales price over here. So you can also add an internal reference code. That's what I said. And here you have the product type. So the products can be of any type, like it can be goods, service or combo. Now I'll tell example for all three. So if your product is coming under goods, okay, it can be of goods with on-hand quantity and all such things. And if your product is something like a service, if you are offering a service like, a doctor, a teacher and all, it's not a product, it's actually a service that you're providing. So such cases, you can mark it as a service product. And then comes combo. Now there are places where they sell products as combo. For example, if you take a cafe, okay, and in that cafe you are having a product which is fries or a burger. So along with this burger, they are selling fries, some sort of drinks and all such things. So this becomes a combo. In such cases, if you want to sell products as a combo, in such cases you can simply use the combo. And then comes the invoicing policy, where you have the option to set the invoicing policy as on ordered quantity or delivered quantity. Invoice for the quantities that are ordered or invoice for the quantities that are delivered. Now there might be mismatches in some cases, or if by any chance if there is any lack of on-hand quantities and all, the ordered quantity won't be the ones that will be delivered. If you order for 10, only 5 is available. In certain cases, they might only deliver 5. So you only have to invoice for that delivered quantity. Okay. So you can choose wisely whatever it is. So by default, it will be having this ordered quantity. And you have one more thing, which is the track inventory, which is important. Okay. So to track the inventory, you have to specify, or you have to mark this checkbox, and you can choose how to track it by lots, by serial number or quantity. So I prefer quantity, and the on-hand quantity can be seen over here. You can update it manually or by creating a sale and purchase order. This can be automatically updated. You don't have to do the work. Odoo will do the work. I'll show that. Okay. Now this sales tab, okay, which will allow you to add information that will appear on the quotation and the sale order, that is the sales tab. You have the upsell and cross-sell, the e-commerce shop and the e-commerce media. So let the e-commerce stay aside for the time being. We have the upselling and cross-selling and all such things.
So this helps to provide clear product details to the customer. The packaging can be set over here. Okay. And I'll show you what the packaging is. Now, one more thing to add on, for each of the fields, you can see this question mark, right? So if you are beginners can have a lot of doubts regarding the fields, what this field is, why is it like that, and all such things. So this thing is called field help. Simply put your cursor over that question mark and this will pop up, give you a small description about what that field is. So here you can see the packaging. Okay, additional packaging for this product which can be used for sales. So that is what they mean by this particular field. So that can be set it up over here. And then comes optional product. Okay, so when you can see a recommended when adding to cart or quotation. I'll tell you a simple example. Now this is the field help. I mean, we all are people who are, doing this online shopping right now. Take any of these platforms. You select a product, you are adding it to cart. While you are clicking add to cart, obviously it will be showing you other products also. Optional products are suggested when the customer hits add to cart. That's what they are selling. So that is called as the cross selling strategy. So if you are choosing the product computer, here an example is given, warranty and software can be the optional products, so that you can add it if needed. It's not mandatory for you all to add it. Similar to that, you have the accessory products. So if you are buying a mobile phone, as accessories can come the headphones, chargers and all, which is called as the cross selling strategy. So it shows up when the customer reviews the cart before the payment and comes the alternative product. Okay, it's actually the upselling strategy. Now, if you are, looking for a product or you are buying a product, in by all chances, it will be showing you a same product but in a different quality. Okay, for example, if you are buying a keypad phone and all, they'll be offering you by just as an option. Okay, it's not mandatory for you all to choose it. It will be showing you an alternative for that product. Like you can switch on to this product, that product, and all. Such that kind of strategy is what you call as this upselling, cross selling, and all such things. Okay. Now there are chances for people choosing it as well. So you can choose the products over here, and then comes the e-commerce shop. So this is completely for the e-commerce section. We have an e-commerce module here. I hope you guys are aware of it. If not, yeah, there is a module called e-commerce where you can choose the website. If you want to make it available, make this product available in all website, keep it as empty. Then you can add tags over here for the e-commerce shop. You can publish the product in the e-commerce. You can set up categories so that the product will be grouped under the category that you choose. Okay, so mine is a chair. So if I put it under office desk or furniture chairs, it will be grouped under the chairs. And if you want to sell it even when the product is out of stock, then you have to check it. Otherwise, simply put it as blank. And then the ribbon, if it is sold out or out of sale, whatever ribbons you have to set up, you can set up the ribbon over here, and you can show the available quantity as well on the e-commerce. If below 5, this will be shown, and out of stock message can also be set up over here. So I hope that was clear for you all. And then comes the e-commerce media. So if you want to add a picture at the e-commerce site, then that can be added over here. Okay, so I hope that is clear for you all. That's the sales section, okay, which will allow you to add all the information that will be available on the quotation and sale order and everywhere. And in the general information, I think I missed out the sales price. You have to set up the sales price over here per units, and the unit of measure can also be changed from here. Okay, so this is simple for you all to manage, but it takes time for you all to figure it out. So what you have to do is simply go on and explore each and every field and try it out for yourself. Like once you enter a field, what changes it brings to the entire quotation or the sales module and all. Okay, figure it out yourself. Don't simply just sit and watch the video and go. You have to try it out, and please do let me know how your experience was using the exploring this thing. I'm completely talking to the beginners, not to the pros. Okay, So that is the sales price, and you might be familiar with the other term, which is the product category. So what is this product category, guys? Product categories actually help you all to organize the products and make the management easier. So while we were in the sales, we've already talked about the product category. Okay, so this will be grouped under the specific category that you are giving. Okay, so that is the product category, and you can select an existing category or create a new one directly. Okay, here you have the category. You can choose one. So mine is a furniture, right? So I'll put it under the furniture, or you can even create a new category. It's not a big deal. Then once you give on all these, basic information, you can actually save it. So this is the basic. We are not done yet. These are the basic information. Or simply, if you want to create a product, you can simply name it and save it. That's enough to create a product. You don't have to give everything. But that's not the right way. There's a workflow. There is a proper way of doing everything. Okay. Then comes the attributes and variants. So obviously for a chair, there can be variants. They cannot be variants. So chair can be of different colors, right? So color can be an attribute and variant. Okay. So I'm choosing color as a variant with the values. There are no values, it seems. So I'll put a value as black and creating a variant called black. Another variant, I'm putting it as white. So two colors, the products are available. So in such cases where you have variants, you can add the variants over here. And in some areas, if someone tells you like you have to configure different prices for the different variants, go to configure. So yeah, before that we have to change it. Save the changes. Click on configure and you can see the different what do you say for this thing? The variants over here. So you can see extra price. If you want to add an extra price for any of the variants, that is possible over here. So according to what the customer chooses, the price will differ as you configure it over here. Then comes the price list. If you want to apply any price list over the product, you can do that over here. And comes the purchase tab where you can set a vendor. So once the product goes out of stock and you set up the reordering rules and all, this will be sent to the vendor. Okay. And the inventory where you have the operations like the routes. If you want to do the drop shipping and all, don't worry, we'll talk about the drop shipping once we are inside the inventory. The logistics are here, the traceability and all such things next comes the accounting where you have the cost and revenue and all such things. So here right now, right at this moment, you should only be aware about what general information is, what the attributes and variants are, the sales and the prices. Okay, I hope that is clear for you all. Now, we have already created a product, and if you want to see how multiple products can be managed within the system, the process remains exactly the same. Okay, so that is the product. Now I'll introduce you guys to the product variants. Now for this office chair, let's take the office chair itself. Okay, there you have this product variant section. Now products and product variants, wherever you click, you can actually create a product itself. But the thing is, inside the product variants, it shows the variants as discrete products. Okay, now where is this office chair? See, this is the office chair that we have created, but this is showing us two different products. Why? Because it's two different variants, office chair black and office chair white. So all the variants will be shown as discrete or individual products inside the product variant section. So you can create an attribute and add values over there so that the variants can be seen here. If you click on new, here also there is no changes, but here you can actually create discrete products. Something is missing over here, right? What is it? The attributes and variant section. From here, you can directly create a product and this will be shown as a discrete product over here. Okay, that's the simple changes that we have. So sometimes, as you all know, a product comes in different versions such as colors or size, and Odoo handle this using product variants. That's what we've talked about. So office chair may be available in black, white or any other color. So by creating these attributes and variants and providing the attributes and values, Odoo can automatically generate the corresponding variants. So this is the generated, for this acoustic block screen, you can see a variant, white and black. Similar to that, a lot of products are given over here. You can simply scroll down the screen and take a look at it. So after saving, Odoo creates separate variants. Once you create a product, it, creates separate variants, and these variants can be managed individually while still belonging to the same product. So that can be done from the product variant section. Okay. So if you go to the, let's finally go to the quotations. Okay. Quotations, and you're creating a new quotation. You can add a customer. So I'll add Openwood as a customer. He has a credit limit. So let it be this person. And here for the product, I'm going with the office chair. Okay. So you have two variants, black and white. I'm confirming it. Here you can see this graph in red color. Why is it red? Do you have any idea? Please do comment below. Why is it red? Okay. So I'll tell the answer for you all. This is because we don't have enough quantity of the product. Okay, we didn't give any on-hand quantity, right? So you can update this manually and automatically. Like you can go to the purchase module, purchase this product in bulk in any quantity, and that will be automatically updated. For the time being, we are not yet in the purchase. So I'll do one thing. I'll go to the products. And if you go to the office chair, here I'll simply update the on-hand quantity to 10. So click on new, and here you can see the inventoried and the reserved. I'm putting it to 10. The product, you have to choose it. So let it be black. Okay, so black, inventoried is 10. New, I'm adding one for white as well. It is also 10. So we have updated the on-hand quantity of the product chair, and you can see quantity on hand is 20. Now if you go back to the quotation, and we'll simply create a new quotation with with any random customer, and you can add the product over here. So our product is office chair. Okay, no, this is not our office chair. We have created a different one without a code, right? So click on add a product, and this is the office chair that we have created. It is asking for you which one, black or white. I'm adding black, and now the color have changed. Why? Because we have enough stock. Okay, so you can add a customer and complete the procedure. So I'll talk about it, how the quotation works and all in the next video. Okay, so to verify our setup, let's create a quotation, and you can create a quotation and add the product that we have just created, and then you can see, okay, they are now available for use in the sales process. So that's it, guys. I hope that was clear for you all.
So that's how easily you can deal with the products in the sales module. I hope you all learned something from this video. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video.